I'll get you, Tim. I wonder what it is. Hey, you! Alright, Tim. Let's do another round of Mario Kart. Hey everybody, it's JoPro, and boy have I been playing a ton of Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's a splendid game, and it might just be my favorite Mario side-scroller. It's not quite on the level set by Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, but it is an incredibly polished title. I especially like this little caterpillar fella. Let's see here. Prince Florida. Prince Florida. He's a welcome newcomer to the series. Hey, Mario, you got a little prince on your head there, pal. Might want to do something about that, buddy.
Whoa!
By far, the most praised and unique aspect of Mario Wonder is the Wonder effect itself, which is derived from a magical flower. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do it. The Wonder effect can be found in every main level in the game. It's a great mechanic, but some Wonder effects are less wonderful than others, while there are many that are absolutely epic. So today I'm going to rank every single Wonder effect from the worst to the best. Keep in mind there will be spoilers, but I will not spoil the real, true final level or what happens when you hit 100% completion. I will be counting every effect, including the ones that are reusing a previous concept. If Mario and pals touch a Wonder Flower and get all trippy, then it's in this video. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I counted 77 instances of Wonder in the game, not including the bosses, and trust me, we don't want to talk about the bosses. This is gonna take a little while, so let's jump right in. All the way in last place is a truly terrible segment. From what I can tell, this is the only Wonder Flower in the game that isn't from a full course, but is instead part of one of the side levels. In this one, you rescue a group of poplins from the fungi mines to get a royal seed. The actual Wonder effect is incredibly brief and boring. Pole Block Passage has a relatively uninspired Wonder effect in the form of collecting 5 Wonder tokens by climbing these pink poles. I don't enjoy the controls while maneuvering the poles, and really don't see how the pole climbing mechanic is fresh or exciting enough to be used as a Wonder gimmick, so it's here toward the bottom of my list. Pipe Rock Plateau Palace finds itself in 75th place. The Wonder effect here is basic at best. A few pipes fall and some enemies spawn in, but again, why is that relegated to a Wonder gimmick? It seems like relatively standard Mario fare to me. Gotta say though, I really like how these talking flowers be out there spitting some facts.
Ew! What am I looking at?
Pole Block Allure repeats on the pole block theme, but applies it to the special world. I still don't really care for this mechanic, as it's nothing unique to this game's Wonder effects. All 3 of the flying battleships use the same Wonder effect, and I'm perplexed as to how they're anything special. All this effect does is cause Bowser's ship to begin firing missiles at Mario via an on-screen reticle. The gameplay is fun, of course, but the mechanic isn't new, and it's repeated identically across all 3 ships. I do think the Petal Isles ship is the best of the bunch though, thanks to the rotating flames and Lakitu Cloud. I'm probably just picky, but I also wasn't too fond of cruising with linking lifts special effect. The gimmick has you collect 5 Wonder tokens while linking the green lifts together. This stage already has you linking lifts before the Wonder Flowers obtained, so the only change is the addition of the tokens. Sorry, but it's just lame. Secrets of Shova Mansion is a great level, but I ain't ranking the levels. Unfortunately, its Wonderflower doesn't change things much. Actually, I'm not even sure what it changes. The Bowser statue starts moving towards you, adding an element of urgency. The visuals and music change. That's about it. Pokapede Pass moves us out of the admittedly bad entries on this list into the average selections. The snowing effect is nice, but the snow itself doesn't really alter much besides generating more blocks in the way that you'll need to break. Across the Night Sky is certainly generic. Essentially, you get a Starman and become invincible while you rush across some platforms, so you get a normal Mario power-up and run around. That's the effect. That's it. That's it. Valley Full of Snoodles Wonderflower trips everyone out. The playable hero, in this case Peach, the enemies, everyone's slow. And when everyone's slow, nobody is. So what's the point? Armad's on the Roll is quite the opposite. In this one, everything is fast, quicker than Koopa the Quick. While it's still not revolutionary, at least it's more fun and challenging than moving slowly. Leaping Smackerel sees you collecting 5 Wonder Tokens while a giant Smackerel comes after you. It's a decent underwater challenge, but nothing groundbreaking. Wavy Ride Through the Magma Tube has a pretty fun effect that is self-contained. You'll need to rely on 3 platforms to dodge volcanic meteors courtesy of a giant spike statue. It's a unique concept to the game, but it's very similar to gameplay elements from other games in the platforming genre, and it isn't very challenging. Here Come the Hoppos is one of the game's first levels, and I actually really enjoy its wonder mechanic. However, it's simply too short. You'll only need to bounce across a few Hoppos to access the Wonder Seed, so it shouldn't take but 10 to 15 seconds. Bounce 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 is another special world level that sees you bouncing your way to the Wonder Seed. While the Hoppos do make a return, you can mostly avoid them altogether, even without a badge, thanks to all of the floating platforms. For a bonus world, this level has very little challenge. Nosher Lair sees an absolute swarm of Noshers chase you through the stage. It isn't entirely challenging, but it is a good enough time. Now, for some reason, there are 3 wonder effects that turn you into a Hoppy Cat, which is this little green creature here. I didn't find any of the 3 to be that memorable of a transformation compared to some of the other enemies you get to become, so I'm placing all 3 here together since they're essentially the same experience. World 3's launch to victory and hop to it really blend together and aren't great, but Zip Track Dash is a bit better thanks to a more inspired level design. Rowbird Cove's Wonderflower does some funky stuff with the water surface physics, but once you start swimming far enough up, the changes aren't even perceivable. It's cool, but not enough is done with this twist. Hop Hop and Away is yet another Hoppy Cat effect. This one is a bit better, however, as instead of turning into a Hoppy Cat, giant Hoppy Cats begin dynamically altering the level's environment, and they make for some fun hazards. Haven't you always wanted to be a Puffy Lift? That's what I wanted to be when I grew up, so I'm pleased to say you can finally be one in Super Mario Bros. Wonder for the Nintendo Switch family of consoles, and I like it. I like it a lot. In Wubba Ruins, you get the pleasure of becoming a Wubba for a limited time and traverse some ruins. It's exactly as you'd expect based on the title. Flight of the Bloomps challenges you to cross a deep chasm by hopping across the top of a giant bloomp. It's visually exciting and a fun time, if not all that special. Jewel Block Cave has you dodging a giant maniac hellbent on smushing you into a Paper Mario character. Avoid the pounding and dig deeper into the cave and you've got yourself a Wonder Seed. Sunbaked Desert Palace combines the super slow and freaky fast effects mentioned earlier into one mechanic. The back and forth speed adjustments keep you on your feet and make this challenge much more dynamic and unpredictable. Countdown to Drop Down's Wonderflower sends you into a frenzied skydive. The skydiving controls and animation are great, so despite this one being straightforward, I still enjoyed it. Stay away from the Wonderflower and bloomps of the desert skies. It'll bloat you up like Harry Potter's Aunt Marge as you float into the heavens. I'll admit this one's pretty fun though, and Princess Peach is kinda cute. Downpour Uproar's effect shoots the player directly into a deadly thunderstorm. Well, it would be deadly if you weren't fed constant Starman power-ups. I love the visuals and concept of this one, and it would surely be ranked higher if it had any semblance of challenge. Color Switch Dungeon's Wonder Effect turns off the cool silhouette lighting and adds in a Mario doppelganger to chase you through the stage. The level design here is really good, but I'm not sure how much the Shadow Mario adds. It also would have been better if the Shadow was based on whoever you were playing as at the time, so Peach in this instance. So, the Desert Mysteries Wonderflower doesn't really change or add anything unique to the level. The only special thing is that the Wonder Seed is flying away and you have to chase it down. Even if this effect doesn't add much of anything though, the level design and theme while chasing the seed down is really fun, so I've still placed it decently high. Beware of the Rifts does a whole bunch of stuff. Giant mushrooms be fallen down, enemies be creepy shadows, and rifts be everywhere. Collect 5 tokens, and you're home free. Ready Aim Fly tasks you with reaching the summit of a vertical challenge by timing jumps off of a fleet of anglefish. Angelfish? Anglerfish. It's fun enough while not being incredibly unique. In Bluebird Roost, a gaggle of bluebirds starts shooting soapy bubbles at you instead of dangerous things. Bounce across the tops of these to reach the Wonder Seed. It's cute and fun. The Deep Magma Bogs Wonderflower turns you into a little blob guy again, but this time the level design allows for better utilization of the creature and its mechanics. Hot 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 creates giant bubbles of water inside a molten chamber. You can swim in them to collect 5 tokens. It feels very Mario Galaxy inspired. I suspect many of you would have placed Rolla Koopa Derby quite a bit higher, but I'm not eager about any of the token collecting missions, and yet the visuals here are gorgeous and the rollerblading Koopa Troopas are so charming and cute. So much so that I will kill them all. Bulrush Express is the second of 2 Wonderflowers challenging you to ride across the back of a stampede of bulrushes. This is the more challenging of the 2, but I don't enjoy its layout and level theme as much. Cosmic Hoppo's Wonderflower sends you to outer space. What more could you ask for? Sure, you're flailing your arms and asphyxiating and freezing and your blood is boiling and you're dying all alone, but while you're doing that, you're filled with wonder. So it's all good. The other Bulrush level is one of the game's first courses, and its flower segment is a lot of fun. Riding atop these bull creatures is so exciting and an early highlight of the game. A Roomba, with 3 R's, is probably one of the most fun enemies to play. These little fellas act as a bowling ball knocking down pins of enemies, and the controls and sound design are equally satisfying. The Poison Ruins again has you take on the bizarre form of a Wubba to complete a sticky challenge. I like this one the most for its finale. It's like a solar system of stones. It's a real wonder, man. The Skedaddlers are easily one of the best new creatures added to the Mario universe. They're incredibly cute and instantly iconic, and chasing one down to snag a Wonderflower is probably more fun than the Wonder sequence itself. The sequence sees you becoming invincible and mowing down droves of Skedaddlers. I kind of feel bad about it, to be honest. I mean, they're all so terrorized of Mario. Not to point out the elephant in the room, but maybe Mario's the real villain. Missile Meg Mayhem's Wonder sequence contains beautiful imagery and is an exciting moment in the game. You'll get to ride Missile Megs, dodge Missile Megs, and, well, okay, it's pretty basic, but I really enjoyed it. Angry Spikes and Sinking Pipes is the first of the musical numbers to hit my list. As you all know, the musical Wonderflowers are the best of the best. Spoilers for the rest of this video. While this number starring Spike isn't as good as the others, it's still really cute. It is held back a bit since you just stand in one place and dodge spike balls, rather than running around on a stage. Swamp Pipe Crawl is one of a few times a wonder effect causes warp pipes to go wild and crawl all over the place. The visuals here are breathtaking, and the zoomorphism of the pipes behaving like caterpillars or inchworms is so clever. Rolling Ball Hall sees Princess Peach become Indiana Jones for a bit, as she avoids giant spiked boulders. This one ranks highly due to its frequent altering of the stage physics, which permits for some fun gameplay. World 6's Pull, Turn, Burn is really unique as it provides our hero invulnerability to lava and fire. This gives way to some pretty neat gameplay where you can swim through lava completely unscathed. It's fun. Another special world course is the Dangerous Donut Ride. This one tosses you into a frantic skydive with high stakes and low clearances. Squeeze through the dangerous obstacles and make your way to that Wonder Seed. Solar Roller, another course in the special world, is a ton of fun. You'll need to roll around while avoiding an abundance of obstacles, triggering switches, and managing some tough platforming. It's a good challenge, and as I said before, controlling this enemy type is enjoyable. Tailey's Toxic Pond has the honor of being one of the only courses to feature an exclusive wonder effect. This flower kicks off a little quiz show. Comprised of 3 trivia questions, it's a cute moment that definitely surprised me on my playthrough. Do you like boats, pirates, cannons, elephant toadette? Well, then you'll like this wondrous boat ride toward Castle Bowser. Moving on. Our next musical number comes from Bowser's Blazing Beats. This one's more of a battle chant than anything, but the atmosphere and layout of this stage is incredible. Dragon Boneyard is cool because you get to ride on top of a beautiful blue dragon that looks like Yoshi? Or Plessy? I don't know, man, but it's cute, and it's a dragon, and you get to ride it. Again, spoilers, so go away if you haven't beat the special world, please. The final traditional level, Wonder Gauntlet, brings back a huge variety of wonder effects from other levels and mashes them together into a gauntlet of challenges. This one isn't ranked higher because while it is cool to see all of these together, each segment is so fleetingly brief that none of them really get to do much of anything new with their concepts. Also, I really don't think that the difficulty here is that great for the final level, and really could have gone for a bigger challenge. Ninja Jump Party is so fun and charming. I really love the foreground effects and how the level motivates you to time your jumps to the music. It's another cute music level that seems to take inspiration from Rayman Legends. Swaying Ruins is really, really cool and unique, and certainly underrated. The shifting physics combined with green goo make for a slick environment to traverse. And sure, I'm a weirdo, but something about seeing Daisy slip sliding around this place gives me life. There are a few instances of wonder effects that flip the game's perspective into top-down 2D view, and I quite enjoy each of them. These are the kinds of fresh effects I was hoping for in Mario Wonder, as they significantly alter the gameplay and layout of a stage. World 6's top-down effect is probably my least favorite, but I still enjoyed it. World 2's Condarts Away is the first instance of the perspective change. Again, it's a really clever effect that is surprisingly seamless. Out of My Way Valley has an excellent wonder effect that is one of the game's very best. Climb aboard a giant snowball during a rambunctious avalanche as it destroys everything in its path. Hang on tight, knock over the flagpole, and stick around long enough, and you'll get a Wonder Seed. The final top-down 2D Wonder Flower is part of the Special World. This one is one of the game's tougher levels and requires some precise timing and planning to be managed. Jump 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 offers the precision platforming I love from my games, and while musically timed platforms aren't a groundbreaking concept, I thought they were a lot of fun and one of the game's many highlights. Climb to the Beat uses the same concept but applies it to a much more difficult course in the Special World. There's definitely a lot of fun to be had here and a good amount of challenge. High Voltage Gauntlet probably shouldn't be this high from the gameplay alone, but damn do I love hearing that nostalgic Mario 64 metal cap music. In this challenge, you'll turn metal, which makes you immune to the lightning effects, and then you'll be tasked to reach the Wonder Seed. But it's fun enough, and I like the music. I'm a simple guy. What else do you want from me? Look at my shirt, Nintendo 64. Sproings in the Twilight Forest is one of the game's gorgeous silhouette courses inspired by the latest DK Country games. The Wonder Flower alters the lighting and makes our pal Yoshi at least 16 feet tall. It is incredible what a healthy diet of wonder can do for a dinosaur. Kicking off the top 10, Muncher Field's Wonder Flower actually alters its stage into a silhouette course. I love how you can see the Muncher's creepy white eyes in the darkness, and it's an all-around beautiful segment. The first course in the entire game, Welcome to the Flower Kingdom, has an instantly iconic wonder effect. Thanks to the game's trailers, we were all well adjusted to the warp pipe inchworms long before playing for ourselves, but that doesn't make it any less incredible. This is the first experience of wonder you'll get in the game, and it's one of the best. The background details are amazing, and I really enjoy each time our heroes go close to the camera and their incredible detail is right there front and center. Fluff Puff Peak's Palace, which is a terrible tongue twister, has my favorite instance of a silhouette effect. You're again elongated and faced with a fun challenge, but the deadly green matter below adds some vibrant lighting to an already gorgeous course. Easily, the best enemy to turn into during a Wonder Effect is the simple Goomba, and that's why the Way of the Goomba takes the 7th place spot. I love watching its adorable expressions, and its little eyes look around at the obstacles to come. Controlling the Goomba is slow, but it's hilarious, and this special world level presents a notable challenge. Bowser's Rage stage is the main story's final level, and culminates in a showdown with Castle Bowser himself. Prior to this, Mario needs to traverse through an abundance of Wonder Effects mashed together in a similar fashion to the Special World's final course. This time, however, the effects seem to work better together, and this course pulled from some of my favorite effects, while the other Greatest Hits course pulled from many I'm a little bit less enthusiastic about. I will add that this one is kinda cheating because our heroes never actually touch a Wonder Flower in this course, but they still pass under the influence of Wonder Effects, so I'll count it. Also, I love how Bowser Jr. is so excited about his dad being a castle. Like, imagine a playground argument as a kid where you're like, well, my dad's an FBI agent. And this other kid says, oh yeah? Well, my dad's a castle. Huh. In 5th place is the incredible stage Up Shroom, Down Shroom. I absolutely love this course's Wonder Effect. It's one of many musical numbers in the top 5, and this one is timed particularly well for Halloween. The song Pumpkin Party is an eerie haunt, but it's the imagery of this segment that really steals the show. The jack-o'-lanterns, vibrant lighting, and bioluminescent mushrooms all contribute to an excellently designed Wonder Effect. Maw Maw Mouthful is already an amazing course thanks to the brand new creature's far too rare appearance on this level. Combine that with the first instance of becoming a playable Goomba, and you have an absolutely classic Wonder Flower. You'll need to avoid the gaping maw of the Maw-Maws, as they will literally eat you and spit you out. Patiently traverse this deadly terrain as a defenseless Goomba and make your way to the Wonder Seed. The gameplay is so fun and unique for the Mario series, and it was easily one of the highlights of the entire game for me. Oh, and you can also set up an all-you-can-eat buffet of Goombas for the Mamas to enjoy. I'm a psychopath. I was incredibly pleased to discover that the Piranha Plants got a reprise in the Special World, and it did not disappoint. While it's not quite as good as the original March, spoilers for the rest of this list, it's still utterly charming and endearing. This Special World course is also one of the tougher in the game, and the Wonder Effect lasts for nearly the entire duration of the stage. You get a lot of bang for your buck here, so why isn't it above the original? Well, while it does last longer, I don't think the song is as good, and since the concept had already been done before, the initial shock and lose my mind factor had worn off ever so slightly. Well, we've made it to the top 2. Honestly, I went back and forth on my sequencing of these two effects for quite some time, as I think both of them are equally deserving of the coveted number 1 ranking. Ultimately, I did go with Light Switch Mansion's Wonder Flower for the runner-up, but it's still a 10 out of 10 segment. Truly, this effect has it all. You've got the classic King Boo laugh, the incredibly detailed graphics, an energetic Halloween theme, really awesome door monster enemies, and of course, it's a music level. King Boo's animations and majestic performance are so freaking good, and I love how he still gets all shy mid-performance if you stare into his gorgeous, beautiful eyes. It's a perfect example of how iconic and timeless Mario Wonder already is, and the leagues in creativity it is above the new Super Mario Bros. Games. And I'm sure you all called it already, but that leaves number 1 as Piranha Plants on Parade. I suspect nearly every fan of Mario Wonder would also rank this as their number 1. For many of us, it was likely the point in the game early on when you realized you were in for something special, something fresh, new, and brimming with charm and creativity. While the parade doesn't go on for that long, it's instantly mind-blowing and left me speechless. The song is also so good, and the Piranha Plants look so happy to be performing it. It feels straight out of a classic Disney dark ride, and I absolutely adore it. The only bummer is that it came so early in the game that it left me hoping for even better Wonder Effects in subsequent courses, and unfortunately nothing managed to ever surpass it. Nonetheless, it's a course I'll be playing on repeat for years to come. Let the parade march on. Well, my friends, that was my ranking of all 77 Wonder Flower effects. Which one was your favorite? Do you also like Piranha Plants on Parade the most, or do you have a different opinion? Make sure to let me know down below in the comments, and while you're at it, please subscribe. I got lots of Nintendo and Mario related videos coming out soon, as well as so many other things. It's gonna be a great time, so hope to see you all there. With all of that said, I gotta get out of here to play some Mario Kart Online for the Nintendo Switch family of consoles, so I'll see you all later. Thank you. Bye-bye. You're going down, Tim. I'm coming for ya.